All right. Welcome back to M&A&D&D episode 92. Fortune favors the bold. Last we left, M&A was back in Waters Deep, having confronted both the Harpers and the king himself on some of the difficulties of their travels, as well as some of the unfortunate requests, or maybe you guys dealt with some hardships of the requests of the metallic dragons as you all kind of battle and negotiate your ways in order to gain their alliance in the upcoming war. It has left you all in a predicament in which you are now kind of dealing with the politics of the greater Sword Coast. There's no blade to thrust into someone here. It's going to take much more delicate maneuvering on your parts in order to do some of these things, and it has left you maybe not in the favor of some of those that you've had conversations with. But one of the tasks you felt was at hand to gain favor with metallic dragons was to find a way to maybe trick or win a piece of armor, a piece of metallic dragon lore that was in the hands of one of the council members, Branavel. You all looked for him, or and tried to figure a way to persuade him. His proposition didn't seem real great, as he kind of wanted to put Astrid on display in the Colosseum, a setting she's not very comfortable with. Reluctantly, she agreed half-heartedly, and we find ourselves in this Colosseum, preparing to put on a spectacle amongst several hundred crowd of these patrons who've come to the Colosseum for like kind of their daily bettings and stuff. So we're gonna pick up there, and we find ourselves looking down into the Colosseum, this dusty floor. You can see, the remnants of battles, broken spears, blood-stained, muddy dirt, and the savagery of it kind of hits you all when you realize that maybe putting one of your own in there isn't sitting real well with you all. As you guys kind of ponder what's going to happen, you hear the bugles from the surrounding walls of the castle. And those...
I thought they sound more crunchy.
Nice. Bugles. Witch fingers?
I hate you all.
Those water deep guards that you see kind of in the ground, sitting in the stands, you see them kind of like jump to attention as they rush to the stairs. They've some maybe not on their shift, some here as as patrons, some here maybe sneaking off of their guard shift. They all exit immediately as they kind of like run towards the sounding bugles. Those of you closest to Branavel, you hear him. Oh, always something. Well, I think it's best that I get back to the castle, but it's not to say we can't do wagering later. It is unfortunate I couldn't be entertained now. M&A,
Counselor.
till we meet again. And his stocky frame kind of waddles out of his VIP booth and out of sight.
So it sounded like there's something that the council needed him to leave for.
It definitely sounds like the bugles are. Well, let's get a perception check.
Sure. Well, it's not an advantage. Why are these dice fuzzy? what the fuck is this?
Wait, where's his dice? I don't see his dice.
They're on
It's all
D&D
in-
Beyond.
Yeah, on
all
D&D Beyond.
What the fuck?
Or is
Are
everyone's
those
dice
the ones
fuzzy?
that you said you had to go pre-order or something?
No, they were free, but
Or is
Oh
it
my
I
God.
definitely switched them. I definitely switched them.
it's on the master account.
Oh.
Terry, you're trying to say something?
Nope.
No? Oh.
Nope.
At this point, Astrid, okay, so you know your perception check. It's almost a melodic bugling. That definitely is a way to. It doesn't seem like call for war or anything that drastic, but the way in which Brown Owl seemed to have realized that this means he has to go back to the castle, and the way the guards have been all kind of ushered out, this definitely is some kind of royal decree to maybe gain the attention of those that are supposed to be defending Waters Deep.
Okay. Well, it appears that our Mark has exited the arena. So I guess that leaves us some time to come up with another plan as we figure this out.
With you, what called him away could be important.
I didn't get the sense that it was something that that we as not council members, because we aren't council members, but like as what are we, mercenaries of the council, would feel like we would need
hired,
Higher muscle, more like.
yeah.
which is a nice way to call him mercenary.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
PC mercenary.
Well, I mean, we're
just
also
merge.
tasked.
Now that you mentioned it, that does sound.
We're tasked with a greater calling than just like your everyday mercenary. I would like to think.
I'm not
I
sure.
mean, M&A, mercenaries and acquisitions, right?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Mhm.
Or marauders and acquisitions, right?
Anything with an M, except for what it means.
Mercy and that.
Muffins?
No, it's definitely not that. Maybe muffins if it's the right person.
Muffins.
Group name, muffins and acquisitions.
Morning muffins.
Yeah, it is.
Lunch and
There
acquisitions.
Balin start bacon.
Depends on the whim, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to roll a separate perception check since I'm not where they are?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I just realized that.
If it made sense, and Val, I'm assuming like we're on like another side of the arena, so I'm just gonna like quickly cast Whisper over to Asher, who's getting ready.
I would say Ashton is kind of like sitting in the underbelly of the Coliseum, just like begrudgingly getting ready, sitting in kind of this stone chiseled locker room.
Oh, never mind. It wouldn't work.
Why wouldn't it work?
It can't go through like solid objects
Within a reason
or
of like
a foot of solid
yeah, a
object.
foot of solid
I
stone.
would say so. So here's what's happening. There's like kind of a doorway where all
Sure.
they get led into. So it bounces off the floor, and then just
You ping ponging it around.
yeah, ping ponging around, and so she's
has
just
a
sitting
signal.
there,
She has
kind
a
of like
signal.
clutching her weapons in hand, just like dreading that it's gonna have to be this spectacle. And sometime after you hear this bugling, that you almost thought meant that was your cue to enter the arena, but you expected a little bit more pomp. And then you kind of hear this whisper.
Our friend, the counselor, seems to be have fuck not
Seems to be
called away on business. Gambling another day. And that's the whisper, or that's the message that I send.
If I hear that, I'll whatever like preparations I was doing, I'll stop and I'll go around, I guess, towards the front of the Coliseum, kind of through the underbelly to get to the front.
It's a little bit of relief, but also kind of this awkward, like, awkwardness. You go through the underbelly, this kind of maze of hallways and staircases and stuff as you make your way back from the guts of the arena up to the top, where you found now just kind of the several hundred, it was never a packed house, but the several hundred patrons have now kind of trickled out, and there some of them drunkenly stumbling out, and you wander back to this VIP room where the rest of your party waits.
Okay. What's going on?
I don't think we have the exact information of why, but Cronenwell got up and left after some brass instruments were sounded off in the distance. So he said that we would do the wagering another day.
That's good. Let's. Where did it come from?
Very large arm points.
Yeah, it was.
Like, everyone's like that way.
We should probably see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Did I not say?
You did. Well, I wasn't in the room.
That's his reaction because you repeated it, and she's like, "Right, paladin leader."
All right. Well, are you gonna get in trouble if you don't go out and fight something, or can we just go?
They can fuck off. Let's go.
Okay.
Where exactly are you guys headed?
I guess where the trumpets were? The castle?
I guess towards the council.
Yeah, the council.
So you guys are-
Castle?
You guys are currently, propped up in this Coliseum. The VIP is kind of sitting in the last row in this box. Can I get... I guess it would be perception.
Sure. These fuzzy dice are killing me, man, but I'm rolling really well with them, so I'm not going to say shit.
Val,
God damn it.
out in the distance, you see...
That's terrible.
In kind of like the northwest corner, the northwest corner. Ashid, you don't see
I don't see shit.
shit.
Wow.
But Val,
I'm
you see in
staring
the northwest
literally
corner,
at a wall.
Yeah,
something
that's
catches
the
your
Georgia
eye
Club.
as you see these things start to drift into the sky. First one then a second, and then you swear a bright blue one. In the northwest corner of Waters Deep, it seems as though all the airships that have been docked are taking flight. And so the skyline over the cliff starts to be just dotted with tens of these airships.
Oh, that can't be good. Guys, our ride's leaving.
They're all leaving.
They're all leaving. As he points and is like, yeah,
if
you're
you
right,
say
that's
that-
all of them.
If you say that, I pull out the sending stone and I'm gonna hand it to you. Like, you can contact the captain on here.
Captain LeChamp. It appears you guys are leaving.
Question mark?
Mind giving us a quick synopsis? Is everything okay? Oh, no. What?
Didn't
Synopsis.
Synapses.
Synapsis is the brain.
I need my synapse firing. They aren't.
Snap someone's brain out right now.
Oh God.
hurry quick to the dock? I'd rather tell you to your face.
Oh.
I'm assuming everybody can hear that since it comes out of the speaker.
The
All
sending
right.
stone? Yep.
Yeah.
Speaker.
Sounds like we
Okay, let's go.
gotta hightail it out to the shipyard.
Let's go.
Is there a large crowd, Viva?
There's always a large crowd.
Yeah, you guys are basically going to trek now through Waters Deep. As you guys do this as fast paced as you can, the closer you guys begin to get, you're moving through a very large city that's always bustling. As you guys move northwest, you see the guards, lots of guards, moving east towards the castle. But they don't seem to pay you any attention as you guys continue on your way. But it seems like every 100 yards you get closer to your destination, you see, the skyline more and more polluted with these airships. And then you begin that familiar, ascension up the hill to the cliff face. The dock bustling like you've never seen before. People running in and out of airships, pulling as much goods and weaponry, all manner of items as they're loading up as fast as they can. They're kind of docked in the middle. You see Tom Petty.
We'll haul out up to the ship deck and say, Captain LeChamp.
As you get closer to it, you guys are kind of getting like people are running, carrying freight and stuff, and they're loading it onto Tom Petty, and you guys are having to kind of dodge and weave, get out of the way of what's clearly, an undertaking to get these ships off the ground. Over the balcony of the ship, you see this beak kind of peek its head over, and he waves for you, Arendor, as he tells you, better hurry.
Val's gonna run up on the deck by whichever means needed.
As soon as you enter the deck of Tom Petty, you see LeChamp at the steering wheel. Well, I'm so sorry, but it seems as though our partnership may have come to an end for the time being. As requested by the king himself, they need us to run a mission for them.
This might be our fault.
He seemed quite happy to request us in particular.
Sounds
All right, let's see. It's like he's pulling our legs right now.
I imagine you all tried your famous diplomacy.
I
One
guess
might
you
say
could-
that happened.
One might say that happened.
What's the mission?
Well, you know what they call us: diplomacy and acquisitions.
Wouldn't it be
Diplomacy and action.
diplomacy and acquisitions?
Valen chuckles at that statement.
Where are they
We're
sending
being
you?
tasked with sending supplies in so we can reinforce Baldur's Gate down the Sword Coast. Seems as though the cultist attacks have started to strike quite heavily in the south. But we were told that
Is it all supplies,
know-
no troops? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
well, those with troops left already. She points up to the air and you see some of the other airships, and you see on some of them that you can see that are loaded with soldiers. But the ones still on the dock are being loaded up with goods.
Well, as much as it pains us to see you go, we understand the confines of the contract that we had in place. But I think you all should hang on to that sending stone just in case things
I would
if
insist.
the situation changes.
Indeed. You all stay safe
You as well.
and look up in the sky every once in a while. We may be there in a pinch.
Val's gonna like turn and find Aaron, Door, and Vantage, and like kneel down in front of the two of them, just like put a hand on each of their shoulders and just say, "You guys stay safe." Okay.
Vantage very quickly, with a flick of a wrist, puts into your chest a tiny stick. And she looks at it, she says, I've been practicing.
I turn to the
Knife!
I turn to the mast of the ship and I tell it, "Stay safe."
I guess we'll get off the ship.
Very awkwardly, there's a bunch of silence, and then you guys, and they're just like, all
When
right.
you say goodbye,
Right.
but you're walking the same direction, we're having that awkwardness. I guess we're leaving now.
You guys kind of head off of the ship as it continues to be loaded by those that are employed by the council of the Sword Coast, or the council of Waters Deep here, as more goods are being ushered off, and then the ropes start to kind of be lifted off the docks. Vantage kind of runs up and she waves one last time to you all as Thom Petty starts to drift away from the cliff's edge and up into the sky.
I wish we had something to market, but I don't.
You guys find yourself on a clearing, like as the dock is kind of clearing, the chaos of all of this very hurried action is dying down, and you guys kind of watch as all these airships kind of drift away from the coastline and begin to head south as they gain their elevation. The workers of the dock, some of them wandering back into the city. You guys look up on the hill. There in the distance is that familiar shrine, surrounded by many figures in their cloaks, and they all seem to be kind of had their attention drawn on you all.
Oh yeah, it
Takes
does.
away an airship, he gives other things.
A faster airship?
Well, if you could fly like Dragon, it would be faster.
not sure how that all works out, but sure.
You have faith. Pats the hat up on the head. Important. I got a picture. Just like
I have suspicions. I don't really have much on faith.
no, all have faith. Just call it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. I'm assuming we want to go.
Towards the cloaked
Okay.
figures.
Well, there. Our Goliath is running up there. Is Astrid running off along?
I'll go that way. I'm not immediately bolting like the last time.
You're just walking because they're waiting, and it's rude to keep people waiting. He's not like, what? It's not a
Well,
meta-
you are much larger than all of us, so your walk is like 10 of our steps. Like, wait.
See, now
A
you're
light
thinking-
jog to keep
Now I'm
up.
stuck with the end saying, it doesn't make any sense, but you're very small. Like, thank you. Now that's going to be stuck in my head.
Val will follow suit up to the temple.
As you begin to kind of ascend up this other hill towards the shrine, the cloaked figures stand there very stoically as they watch you enter. But one thing catches your eye is the shrine is, you see kind of peeked up on the top of it, you see something moving. And as you get closer, it starts to kind of shift around. And you see that one of these cloaked figures is standing on the roof. And the closer you get, you see this kind of lengthy, awkward movement, almost like a teenager who's had this growth spurt and is still kind of like a young fawn trying to figure it out, but it's climbing up and down and bounding around, like it shuffles down the side of this thing really agilely, but then as soon as it hits the ground, it kind of like losing its footing, wobbles around, but it's hyperactive and it's moving very quickly. And the closer you get, as the closer you get, it seems like the more active this individual becomes.
Oh, I have so many questions.
I know.
Did they always do that? Is that one of the ones that you guys have seen before?
This might
Does
be
it
the
look like
very active, like hyperactive dragon figure that we encounter out of them all.
I mean, to me, it just the description just reminds me of like the car sales air thingies.
Oh, the inflatable tube guy.
Yeah, whacking, waving,
It's like,
inflatable
it's
tube
small,
man.
It doesn't really know what it's doing. As you get closer, it's moving a little bit more on top of something.
I think that might be a little accurate. Vamel, the first to kind of reach the temple, is greeted by many of the cloaked figures as they approach him in these kind of good spirits. Believer, it's good to see you.
It was good to be back in the proper temple.
You are
This
welcome
is-
here.
He'll turn and wait for the rest of the party. Now, he has not quite realized that lowlanders don't move as fast as him. It's a learning experience.
Patience. You'll find these beings always much slower.
As I'll be bringing out the caboose, I'm just looking around. Like, we know that everyone in the military, we're soldiers and whatnot, we're all kind of going east while we're going west. So I'm just curious what the either normal people, or I assume it's like really scattered. I'm just curious, like, is there any eyes like currently on there? Is everyone kind of gone shut in? And I just want to take a look around the area as to see what the temperature is of everyone that isn't either
Metallic Dragon, are you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Do a perception, please.
Cool.
It's, you get the sense that this is in this day and age with these rising attacks by the cultists that maybe this kind of chaos seems a little bit like daily routine, and everybody is kind of doing their tasks, going about their day, understanding, hey, the dock workers are doing their dock stuff. There's not a lot of looky-loos. There's not a lot of people who are there that shouldn't be, because everybody seems to have like a rhyme and a reason right now. So you don't see anything out of place. You don't see anything suspicious necessarily.
Great.
Marching orders. So who first arrives? No, I mean, sorry, second.
Probably Astrid and Val.
Yep.
And I probably
Okay.
the last one.
I
Well,
already said I was
yeah,
last.
you'll be.
Okay, I'll be
Third.
first then. You third.
Well, I say the three of us probably could just walk up.
Yeah, we probably like
as a
walk
singular
together.
unit.
Like I'm not
Okay.
But yes,
As you
that's-
guys
vaguely it.
approach this gathering of these hooded figures, who at this point you do know who they are, what they represent. They stand.
Val knows that along the way as he's walking up there, he's like feverishly trying to take off his armor, try and not piss them off, since it's been told a couple of times to him that has happened.
Okay.
So he's like actively trying to take off armor and put it into the bag of holding. It's just the outer armor. He has an under tunic and stuff.
Yeah. Can I get a sleight of hand?
Yeah.
If he rolls well on this, you have to change his dice to Viva.
My
it.
God,
Those
you didn't
dice-
change them off the fluffy dice, did you?
No, they're on the fluffy dice. Look. They're the fluffy dice. Hold on. Here, I'll roll it again. Here's the exact same roll. It's
My
a fluffy
God.
dice.
Cute.
It's cute. It's
found-
pink
we
and
found
fluffy
the
dice.
answer.
Found the
the answer.
You
Don't
you
worry.
expert.
He's gonna buy real life fluffy dice.
We're gonna know when he changes his back to his like cool dice. He's gonna start rolling like shit. When
When
we're
he's
like,
gonna go to the
I
real
can't-
life game, and he's gonna be
I can't
busting
do
out
it
his
now.
like
Can't take it off.
the fuzzy dice
cursed.
that hang from cars. He's gonna be rolling those on the board.
Yep.
He's gonna be,
Yeah.
that's the only thing he's got.
so you expertly just kind of start maneuvering. Kind of you pull your cloak around you and you start stripping some of this armor down and tucking it, maybe into your back. Finding a way
of
to.
holding.
Mm-hmm.
So it literally just goes into an extra dimensional space. It's good.
As you walk up, you see it, and it moves so swiftly. Go ahead.
I do want to note that he knows that they are looking for the Black Dragon mask, so he has not put that away. He does have it. He's not wearing it on his face. It is on his belt. So he left that out in case that but I just wanted to leave that detail out.
Okay. You get within several yards, and you hear kind of this high-pitched squeal, and like a blur, you see this flash, like this kind of like bright copper flash, and what role would this be? Sorry.
With anything against AC, my AC is dog shit right now.
Sorry. I would say
I have an AC of 15.
your dexterity? No. Just kind of like this flash out of nowhere.
Mhm.
You are grappled
Sure.
and you are brought to the ground.
Oh, Val just like hits the ground and goes, "Oh, not again. I swear I didn't do anything. I think."
Val, my God, they said you were going to be here. I didn't believe it. Just look at you.
Oh fuck! What's happening?
Look at
Who's
you.
this?
Why do you look so old? What is this on your chin?
I'm not that old. I thought
No,
my
you
my
look-
age got relatively set back. Did I
No,
not?
you look like shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Actual seed.
Oh my god! And you kind of like the sun is kind of shining in your eyes, and it takes a moment for your eyes to focus. And sitting on your chest is this wiry young man with this kind of curly black hair and this copper skin, and then these eyes that kind of have this copper glow to it. And he's just grinning ear to ear. And he just grabs your face and he smushes your cheeks together.
Oh, hi.
I
Does Val
can't
remember who this
believe
is?
You have no idea who this is.
shit!
Can I do it? I just want to do a quick insight check because I want to do something for fun, but I want to make sure that I read the situation correctly.
I won't read the situation.
Please, 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 please.
16.
Do I feel like he's like am I reading it like he's like not a threat and he's actually friendly towards him? Like he has some history.
At 16, I'm going to let you choose however you want to read it.
Okay, I want to read it as how you've been saying it and playing it off, and I was kind of like walking in on it. I was like, must be a friend of his. I was like, he really is ticklish right over there, right above his right knee.
This young man kind of like wheels back, having you pinned underneath him, and he starts just like kind of grabbing your knee and then shaking it. And you're like, you like that, Val? How's that, Val? Huh? You remember this?
Val summons his echo beside his brother, teleport swaps it, and then just like goes for a nut punch right on his brother.
And this is what we're
Like
about to-
instantaneously.
Right
Can we do a
on the same.
dex off?
Yep.
Dex ability. What do you want to do with it, David?
I don't know. I'm rolling a dexterity check.
All right.
I got a 14. It's probably against your AC, so that probably misses.
I'll make it fair. You got me.
Can't beat the fuzzy dice. And you just so all of a sudden, like in the mix of this giggling by this individual, you hear this poof, and then
Worth it.
confused look as this young man kind of looks up to you. Oh, well, that's pretty new.
Yes. I'm terribly sorry. My memory's not as good as it used to be. I'm old. Who are you? Again?
I assume I don't
This-
recognize him just in general.
This face, this it almost seems like a dark cloud falls over his face when you say that. And this smile
I
that
want to be happy with this character, but I don't know them.
this smile that had kind of lit up even this temple just disappears and dissipates off of his face as those words, like you can see them almost like daggers. And he stands up real slowly. And, what do you mean, Val? What do you mean you don't remember me?
Val kind of like relatively shyly for him, kind of just looks down and says, and like touches his face like right around where his eye, like where the scar is on his eye. He says, "Let's just say some things got taken from me, and I'm trying to find my way." I
hope
mean
you
no
find it.
offense.
No, I hope you find it. And he just turns his back to you and sprints off behind and just kind of like hops behind some of the other hooded figures and disappears into the crowd.
Oh, no.
David's very sad.
No, what happened?
Very
Does-
confused.
What's
glad.
that?
Does anyone you shut up. You deserve that. Does anyone know who that was? I feel like I just made an ass of myself again and I
Yeah.
don't always enjoy doing that.
I will
You
reach
don't?
down and pick up the rogue. It's kind of like,
Oh, gentle.
You kind of hear some like hushed mumbling between the hooded figures as they watch this scene unfold in front of them.
you're embarrassing me in front of the dragons.
He does that.
Well,
Come, lowlanders, before you make another friend.
I can't help it. He went to my lowlanders, so
Oh no.
Also, when he walks towards the temple, I'm just saying, it might be a bumpy ride.
I think I can walk. I think I can walk. Put me down.
Play nice with brother.
You guys are now at the foot of the temple. To your left, you see the familiar benches and tables that you guys had a feast with some time ago. You see people kind of ushering in and out of the temple. Mostly 100% all these hooded figures. The smell of like incense and sage being burnt kind of wafts out of the temple doors.
I'll head in and see if I can find like a temple attendant or somebody that's kind of around. My games.
There's on the back of the mic. There's a dial that you can turn. It should be the
As you
bottom.
walk into the temple, you see many of these. It's this kind of like circular temple. So a lot of the outer rim of it on the inside is kind of has these has these cloaked figures kind of stationed, walking through there, having conversations. There are doorways into the center, which is going to be this kind of a large circular room. You find in there some of the more familiar figures that you had met before, of the metallic dragons, who are in there conversing. But you don't find any attendance necessarily. It almost seems as though, and even in your visits here, it is kind of free to come as you go. You had in the past maybe found one or two people that kind of knew the inner workings and was able to help you out, but it seems as though this temple has kind of been overtaken by these guests. Not in any kind of malicious way.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to be much. There doesn't seem to be anyone else here except for this party.
Okay.
So Astrid, what's standard procedure for this? Do we need to go pray when we come in here first? Do we have to leave an offering?
Well, it depends on what you're here for. Are you here to talk to the metallic dragons, or are you here to talk to Tyr?
Personally, maybe a bit of both. Not sure, but definitely to talk to our cloaked benefactors over there.
Last time we were here, Eliab found us.
Perhaps not punching your brother and his tenders and being polite would be a good first step.
First off, maybe. Second off, he started it and deserved it. Third off, we're in a holy temple, so
The same look he gave your brother. He's like,
I was just being friendly.
Look to the paladin. They always like this.
Yes.
Do you all know who Tyr is? Not permanently not looking at the paladin because he assumes. Looking at the rest of the party.
I'll do a general religion check.
I would say just be like,
General, like, I know she's a. Fuck, I don't know if is Tyr male or female. Okay.
Male.
No, he's a god people worship. Generally good.
Not much of a
Of
religious
law
person. I know that
and justice.
Astrid worships him or follows him, and I know that his followers are all over the place and very good at finding lost people, as they found me.
He is the god of law and justice.
You know, there weren't many of him in the Order of Assassins, if you can imagine. Many followed him in the Order of Assassins, if you can have guessed.
You need not follow him to respect what he is. That is the point I make. But he'll just look up. I'm assuming in this circular room there is not a shrine, but probably upwards. There's just his mark on the wall.
Yeah, I think that's how it's been described in the past.
But very simply, he will speak in common, not in Draconic, because Tyr's not dragon related.
Nope.
We thank you for your protection, and may the balance and the truth come from our lips, so we may know law and justice be found.
I'll do the same thing, but I'll just say what he said.
And Vela make
Right.
a bow
Visibly
towards
takes a
the
breath.
sign as well.
sorry, one more time, Valen.
Valen basically made a bow toward the sign as well, toward the symbol as well.
Astrid, I think we're looking to you in this.
Well, I think as non-followers, you've paid more respect than most.
Well, I think most of us are a bit cautious of pissing off some of the followers of Tyr that we know. So
Maybe you are smarter than I thought.
Villain chuckle a little.
please, I've spent enough time with both you and your some of the other paladins of Tyr to know when to make friends and when to not be too confident in oneself, lest you end up in the dirt again.
Babel will find a chair, because that's, I'm assuming, a good place to meet, because we had those waiting, so he will stand politely by the table and wait for the hosts to join if they do, and for them to sit first.
Are you outside or you're inside?
I think we're inside the gathering, the main chamber. Val's gonna. Can I make a perception check to see if the person that I just ran into is around? So can I like scan the room to see if they're here?
Yeah, of course.
I got a very hit and run, and Val's kind of.
Very emotional hit and run.
Well, if something happens to Val and it's clearly somehow connected or it's something that he's lost in terms of memory, he's very keen to regain what he had lost.
You look around you had taken stock of who was in the hallways in that outer ring, who's now here within the center chamber, and you do not see that same lengthy younger individual that you had that altercation with outside.
Val again I'll turn to Astrid and just say, you didn't recognize who that was who came in and tackled me to the ground?
No.
And you don't think they were were they at the previous meetings with the metallic dragons?
If he was, he didn't do that.
Okay. Just
I would say one other thing that you noticed, Val,
sure.
is that this gathering has kind of grown in size from what you understood that first meeting that you weren't attending to when you guys came here on your first landing back in Waters Deep. And now it seems as though the metallic dragons have a bigger presence than even then.
Okay. But I'll just quickly mention this to everybody, just keep an eye out for them. I'd like to try and talk to them if I can. But I know we have other matters to attend, but I'll keep an eye out and see if I can find them.
I guess I'll start wandering kind of back out to see if I can find Elia or any of the other heads of the.
No, they're there I'm sorry, they're there. You do
Oh,
recognize
okay,
that
they
the
followed
heads,
us.
the heads of the many of the familiar ones that you had met there in that mountain, that dormant volcano that you guys had originally been at. You recognize them there. They're in the center room, kind of already sitting around one of the perimeters there. They've kind of gathered like pillows and these other things, and they find themselves kind of like sitting in the back of the room from the entrance. Elia kind of stands up and walks towards you. Mergers and acquisitions. Good to see you.
Good to see
You, I would say that certainly bodes well for our trust in you, as I'm sure you've heard of the decree that was made earlier this afternoon.
No?
Unfortunately, I don't think we know the details of any such decree other than the airships have left for Baldur's Gate to provide troops and supplies.
No, well, it seems as though that the king himself, in front of the multitude of his the citizenry here in Waters Deep, made a royal decree that he is going to rectify the sins of the past and his actions and those things that he did to make those happen as far as our lineage goes. It seemed sincere to most. And it goes a long way to rectifying some of the issues we've had along the Sword Coast. We can only imagine it is because of something you all have said.
Oh my god.
Very dry smile.
It worked.
The king is psychotic.
No.
Wait, are they saying that it worked somehow?
Are we sure it's the king?
I don't buy it. Valen spoke out with the maximum prejudice.
You guys
against
pause just real quick. I got a phone call.
situation.
Okay.
Yep.
BRB.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna go
to the bathroom.
All right, we're back from the break. M&A are now sitting on top of the cliff face at the Shrine of Tyr. The group is inside the inner chamber of this temple, surrounded by what are now becoming kind of familiar faces, the human-like personas of the metallic dragons. You see them, many of them, kind of in these like velvet pillows, these big kind of almost look like beanbags. Position this temple is very humble. There's not you don't find like chairs, wooden chairs and tables and stuff, but you do see more natural kind of looking things or more pillows for sitting, these candles kind of strewn about, half melted. You see they're kind of, the wax tells a story of how long they've been lit and that they've kind of melted over time. Vamel sits in one like kind of catacorny from the group on one of these pillows, but it just seems as though it gets engulfed by his big frame as he sits down on it and quickly kind of finds his rest and puts his back against the wall.
Val will follow suit and find a space to sit near Vamel.
He will, as everyone settles in, like he will put down his weapons in front of him as is polite, so they're no longer like in reach. What he does show is he kind of like turns his vambrace so the scale is visible, as he shows it. Like it's very clear that he's sitting as a priest or a cleric of Bahamut, not of Tempest, not anything else. Like that is what he's sitting down to be. Like that is. He's being very clear about why he's there.
There's this kind of booming, echoing voice from across the room. Vamel.
Yes.
We want to address you in the manner we think is deserving. Many of us were lost in the dark, and you carried a torch for us here on the Sword Coast. While we do not bow, we do want to thank you for wielding that light so that we could be guided home.
With your rejoining of this plane, hope is rekindled. I will carry the torch until my breath has passed and joined with the great collectiveness. But there is still darkness that I have found in our travels. These, he'll gesture to M&A, they fought the same fight that I did without knowing, without being aware. And that they have shown more faith and understanding than I have. So, in this group, in this place, I seek to share the final bit of knowledge I have gained. Perhaps one of the final steps before she who shall not be named must be confronted. By your leave. As he clearly doesn't want to cut off, a dragon, because they can bite your head off.
I think in honor of the amends made today, it is our duty to also make amends We now know that our departure from this plane created much of the chaos that we see now. And that is one of the reasons why we thank you so much for guiding us back here. As we see the folly of our ways and now need to make right. The mistakes that we laid unknowingly in our pursuit to spread hope to other realms.
As he has taught me, any effort worth doing shall be difficult, but in the end, the wisdom that we gain will outweigh the mistakes we make upon the way. We are here now. The call has been given, and it has been answered. But while you were gone, the souls, the essences, I am afraid that some have been found by others.
We feared as much.
He will kind of look at the party for a moment. And he takes his prayer beads in his hands, and you can see him quietly just going bead by bead, kind of recounting all the family that he's lost. When they left, when something that potent departs, what remains is still part of them, still their essence. But it can be influenced, and it can be manipulated. One of the cults had found one of their souls. Not only does this harm them, but they were able to empower themselves. I was not at the battle. Others of my temple, those who were pledged to Tempest, moved forward. None more alive to speak of it. Through the divinity of Bahamut, I knew that they had succeeded, but what they had fought was greater than they had assumed. It is imagine the potency of the magic of dragons. Not the physicality, but their essence. Imagine part of that given to a drow, an orc, kobold. Imagine when you see these beings and there's no outward change you do not know. When divinity is touched in such a manner, there is an echo. There is a shift. There is corruption. That's what I was chasing when you all found me in the Feywild. The ones that had harrowed and deigned to try to find one of the Enematite souls. I had found the research, and somehow they opened the portals. Unfortunately, the Wild Hunt removed my ability to find out what else they had learned. But if they know of the souls, they will seek them. He'll look to the dragons. Close, David. I'll respell it for you in a second. How many of the divine ones have returned? How many souls would still be in danger?
You hear the voice of one of the female figures speak up. It's quite clear, since we've been back, that this is not the world that we left. Our absence left behind a great and ever stretching toxicity, and it bled into the very fabrics of this world. What you're saying to us is what we feared.
Not stop them.
When we gain our strength, we will spread to every corner of the Sword Coast to look after those and discover the souls that we left behind. You all seem to stumble upon many of this world's mysteries. Vamel, you certainly can lead this group to the next.
The hints that I found are the Underdark.
The entirety of this council seems to kind of rumble and shake and exclaim. Would you mention that? Then it may be as we feared.
I know. They chose the weakest ones first. I don't know if she is guiding them, or if they have something even more malevolent at their head. I still do not know who runs the cults, if it's one, if it's many. But they have shown tactical acumen on their targets. The power that they seek would unmake this world. Thank you for letting me speak this secret. It is not something that I would tell the council or the king. To know of the dragon souls. To be allowed to hear of the dragon souls. This is a great honor. This was the gift I received during my blessing. This has been my journey. And I know I can no longer do this alone.
He walks across this chamber. Each step kind of sounds like the padded footsteps of a cat. She puts her hand on your shoulder and says, You're not alone. You're in good company. Trust them as we trust you.
I will. And I do. I would not have brought them here otherwise. They are the reasons why I escaped the Feywild. I do not belong on that plane. This is my home.
As it is ours. And then you hear that same kind of padded footsteps as she walks across this chamber and settles down. They're start to kind of discuss amongst themselves and no longer paying much attention to you all. As in like kind of hushed breaths, they talk amongst themselves and begin to kind of ignore most of you.
Okay. Val turns to the group, hushedly out of respect, but assuming and knowing that they are dragons, he knows that they will be able to hear him, and so it's not really like he's not trying to explicitly hide this from them, but he's just doing it like out, speaking quietly in the library, speaking quietly in the temple is kind of what you're supposed to do, is his understanding. He turns to the group and says,
What?
If this is the council, and we are making progress with on our word to make amends, should I present them the mask so that we can actually get rid of one of the keys that the cult needs in order to carry out their nefarious plot?
We know you have the mask, and we're quite aware that you wear the skin of our brethren.
Wince.
Oh no.
But understand this. We didn't much like those bastards.
Oh, we're lucky.
I'm
You-
very... Or,
You do us an honor by knowing that you should give up such powerful tools. You do us a dishonor by wearing them, but we will not speak of that today.
There's kind of a shrug from me in the corner.
We will, in fact, have the discussion another day. When I come to you and I request the bones of my kin back. But for now, as appalling and disgusting as it may be, I do admit you may need some of our protection in the days to come. So maybe, just maybe, we will look the other way while you cosplay as dragons in order to defeat our foes.
We just make cosplay on the sword clothes. Yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my bag, realizing that they hurt my brother, and I'm just gonna pull out a piece of paper and write a quick note and hand it to Mamul. And I'll be like, if we wanted to destroy the mask, how to destroy the mask if needed. That's all it says.
He has to pull out his little glasses.
And then when I see that, I started writing it again in big letters.
I like his glasses. Present the mask to them. Val.
Right. Val will unhook it from his belt and, kind of ceremoniously, but like relatively presenting it in front of them on the table and say, it was known when we found this that it was an artifact of great power, and rightfully, I don't think anyone in our group trusted anyone else in power or out to hold on to this. So we've been keeping it for some time, looking for a way to not allow it to fall into the wrong hands. And I and everyone else here believe that yours are the right hands. And if we can get rid of this to remove one of the necessary parts or remove a key to the resurrection of our enemy, then why not get rid of it now?
One of the Twitter figure stands up and he walks towards you, and he's shorter than the rest, but very stocky, broad shoulders, and he walks up to you and he takes the black mask. Artacamus was right about you.
You're going to have to give me that name after this.
This is probably safer in our hands. But to that point, this is the only thing we'll be taking off of you right now.
Very well. Thank you.
I believe that the souls are the most important task. Am I correct in this assumption? Or is there more that the wisdom of those who are far more ancient than me can provide?
Sorry, one more time.
You had to concentrate on that spelling.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
fucked up the spelling and fucked my whole world up.
It's not
All right.
easy.
May try to rephrase that and I believe that finding the first soul, or the soul that I know that it's in danger, is the most important next step. However, I will bow to the wisdom of those far more ancient than me. Are there any other tasks that the council believes is more important? Or is our next step to go venture to the Underdark and save the soul if possible?
There is this. We must lend a hand in this. What we'll do next is journey out and find the entrance to the Underdark that you'll need. And when we find it, be prepared. You just kind of hear this guttural sounds. Those of you that understand Draconic
Me.
understand what is being echoed through this chamber is the commands for some of the dragons to go out and find this particular entrance to the Underdark that will lead you closest to the soul. And you kind of hear scurrying, just running from the outer chamber out through the entrance, and then you just hear this this almost like thunder as some of the metallic dragons take flight.
Can I make a perception check to see if I saw the person, which I'm assuming is Atarkamus? If I saw that person, if they were one of the ones that ran out or not.
You have no idea who Artakamas is.
Oh.
The name was mentioned briefly, saying Artakamas was right about you.
Okay, so I'm making stupid accusations.
I thought
You
said
can do a
Artakamas
perception
was the one
check.
who took the mask from him. It's fine, if not.
Artakamas was not the person who took the mask. Somebody else took the mask.
Okay, so I wrote that down wrong.
But if you want to roll a perception check,
not great. All right, that's fine.
We got for the fuzzy dice. Fuzzy dice all the way,
Hey,
man.
I'm still on the fuzzy dice. I'm not changing off them. Don't worry about it.
Is he?
He's still
Is he
rolling.
really?
He's still
Yes.
rolling above 5, guys.
I'm
He
just
has to
kidding.
know the
I'm
fuzzy
just-
dice.
I'm just kidding.
DM. So
We're
you're
good.
saying? So you just said metallic dragon taking flight.
Yeah.
So they're showing their true form openly now in Waterdeep. Because people would have seen them, right?
They're not opposed to people seeing them right now.
Okay.
If people see them, that's the least of their concern. They are here to gain. Yes.
So they want.
Their presence is known by the council, by you, and now likely anybody who is looking at the sky.
Okay, got it. All right.
So yes, they're less concerned about being hidden as
As we near the end of the campaign. Thank you.
How do you?
I know I will await the findings of the council. There are still the other tasks given to us, which we must accomplish. And likely, as you say, the other mysteries that we will apparently stumble upon. He will look at Val. Is there anything else you wish to ask of the council? I know that you were curious to speak with them.
Fortunately, I'm not sure if the entire council has enough time for all of the questions that I've had since I was young about dragons and apparently the existence of an entire species of dragons I didn't think still existed. Out of respect for their time, the only question that I can ask at the moment is, do you know who this he was like this hot, tall, he has like really curly hair, copperish skin, might know who I am, and I might have forgotten
Yes.
them for various reasons, and I feel terrible about that.
This is curious and heartbreaking at the same time. But I believe Arthakamos is sitting out there. And they point towards the door, and you see through the hallway out onto the cliff's edge, past the tables that you had once sat at, broke bread with the followers of Tyr. You see this same lengthy individual sitting on the cliff's edge.
Feel like I owe them conversation. Thank you for taking the time to answer my questions.
We're all eager to see where this leads. Quite curious indeed.
Bumble will look at the rest of the party to see if they have any other questions.
In the meantime, Val starts heading out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way through the inner chamber, past the outer chamber, back into the daylight of the Sword Coast. Many of the hooded figures kind of make way for you as you approach the cliff edge to this figure, this lengthy young man sitting on the cliff's edge, dangling his feet over the hood drawn back, so you see that wiry black hair.
Val, no, again, making the assumption that this person is a dragon of some kind, makes the assumption that they know he is here, but takes a brief moment to take a deep breath and then walk to go sit on the cliff edge near them. So not side to side, but a couple of 2 to 3 feet apart. And
The urinal rule.
yeah.
Gotcha.
The urinal rule. You don't take the urinal right next to that guy who's
You don't
here.
take it right next to him. You
go at
take
least
one
one
over.
over.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Val will sit down and say, give me a second. I'm going over the pronunciation in my head so I don't fuck up. Clackamas, if I've caused any ill will by my lack of remembrance, I apologize. But it seems that you know me, and having information on my past, you might have known who I was, and that is something that I'm missing and I've been searching for. And I know it may not mean much, but I wanted to come and meet you.
Again.
I don't get it, Val. I don't understand. It's me, Artie. You haven't called me by my real name since we met. I don't recognize you anymore, and you certainly don't recognize me. I don't get it, Val. It's me. It's Artie. What is going on? No, don't do this, man. You're gonna tell me. You're gonna tell me something about you don't remember any of this, and I can't. I don't believe it's true. I mean, it was just me and you for some. It was just Val and Artie, and we used to. We had no fear, and we went anywhere we wanted to.
I mean, if it helps, I don't know if I did this back then, but I still have very little fear. Not a ton of common sense at times, and I still go pretty much everywhere, even through random portals from time to time.
Knowing that you're as stupid as I remember you, but you don't remember me doesn't help. Man, this sucks. I heard, I heard someone like you was here, and I came as fast as I could, but it ain't you.
I wish I had the ability to remember some things that I just can't. And I know that.
How do you forget? How do you forget? You've seen so much. We've been everywhere. How do you forget this?
Well, I don't know.
How the fuck did you get so old?
I pissed off
So
a dragon riding drow who then ran through a portal, who I chased, who then broke down part of the portal while I was still in between the two planes that I was trying to get to, which then cast me into the astral sea, to where I might have spent a couple years, 100 years, 1,000 years, who fucking knows, in the astral sea. Just kind of just drifting along. And then got found. And then might have pissed off an old friend in the Feywild, who then thought it would be funny to make me look older and then give me a beard. Does that sound like some shit that I would do?
Is this Dandelion?
Oh, so you...
ooh,
Oh,
So you remember her?
I
you remember me?
met her about a
Stand
day
up.
ago. I met... Okay.
Stand up.
Yeah, that was about a day ago, but yep, I'm standing up.
It's pretty high up on this cliff, don't you think?
Yeah. A little bit.
Val,
Yes.
jump.
All right. Val jumps off the edge.
You begin to plummet,
Mm-hmm.
and you're falling, and your pace gets quicker and quicker as you hit that terminal velocity. You throw your arms out as you start heading towards the craggy cliffs below. Do you feel anything? I'm going to give you this opportunity because I don't want to roleplay your character.
the fuck?
You feel stupid.
Do you feel the sharp
No,
rocks at the bottom?
Val is incredibly curious
Do you feel like you're about to turn into a goldfish?
He's about to turn into what the goldfish turned into.
Val is genuinely curious. He is working under the assumption that this person knows who he was for a time, but he doesn't know how much this person knows. So he's trying to play the game of how much information can I get from this person, but also dealing with the fact that he has so much like desire to gain back part of what he's lost that he's kind of being a little overzealous, I guess.
Fiddle.
Yeah. In terms of jumping off the cliff, like, sure, Val's not wearing armor, but he still has all of his other shit, and he's not concerned about this.
Is anyone else around to see this?
I have no idea.
I have no idea if we're around. I can't say if I'm not. Not that I would.
I wouldn't need you to say
It's
me.
completely up
I'm
to you,
just
Viva.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say is from this, Val kind of has expressed to us that he believes that this individual knows him, and in knowing him, he isn't concerned. And this kind of grin comes across Val's face as he has this realization, and he feels the claws grab underneath his arms, fling him up into the air, and catch him on his back.
I love copper dragons. They're hilarious.
They are. They're some of my
As
favorite.
You find yourself on the back of these copper scales as they dart in and out, as they kind of fly through this air and then land you back on the cliff.
The BGN of How to Train Your Dragon just comes on in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking how a whole new world, but
I was thinking, what is the name?
The never-ending story.
Oh!
Valkar! He's a luck dragon.
I have been avoiding naming myself anybody after Never-Ending Stories characters this whole time because it always pops into my head. But you land up on the cliff's edge, and he quickly transforms to his human figure, and you see that same grin come across his face, that of when he tackled you. You're still a knucklehead.
Oh,
You may
that's
not remember much, but
no
you
matter
also
what
haven't
people do
changed.
to me, you can't change that.
How did you forget all of this, though? We spent a lifetime together. I don't get it.
Did you? So Val then goes, "Did you know me before I could?" You must have. Did you know me before I could do this? And like he summons the echo.
Oh, that's new.
So
That's new.
they took something from even before they captured me. I'm gonna have to assume
Don't go too
that
far into that, so we can figure out the timeline. Because I want to make sure. Hold on. Whoa. Let's not write anything in stone because we got to figure out the timeline. Oh shit.
Oh right, you have a backstory. Shit. Val just goes. There must have been some time that we that you lost contact with me, and it must have been sometime just after that that I got caught.
Hold on. All right. I'm not going to ask you to jump off a cliff, but I'm going to ask you to trust me.
Oh, that's a hard
this-
one. I'm gonna go with it. Just
if I'm squealing and do something, no, it's not personal. Go for it. And like Val kind of just like braces himself.
Out of the you know, this kind of like giant arm, this hood, here comes a claw, a dragon claw, and it touches you right on the forehead. And you get this sense throughout your body and this blinding light as these memories start to flood in.
Shit.
Wow.
And it's brief glimpses. You see in these glimpses you and Artie riding through a multitude of worlds, realms that you've forgotten. You remember these adventures that the two of you had gone on. Him introducing you to the metallic dragons, what seems like centuries ago. You passing through the astral plane on the back of Artie as he takes you from one adventure to the next.
So
And
many
then-
more new things to go draw. Shit.
And then you find yourself in this cavernous world surrounded by darkness, calling out for Artie. And everything kind of starts to go back to black. That's when I
kinda
lost
like-
you.
Val kind of like stammers back and like falls to a knee. You know, clutching the side where like the scar is on his eye.
Are you still glowing?
I don't know, probably. And you see Val just go, I am going to absolutely hunt down every last one of them that took this from me. And like the sigils and the scar kind of glows, and the eye kind of like, you know, that ethereal flame looking thing kind of like flares up briefly as he has like a very short bout of rage, but then quickly like transitions to the realization of like the sorrow of what he has lost, but also the joy of having found some of that again, and something that he had not seen. And for Val, it's been literally fucking ages. Like, it's the amount of time that he has lost is unknown to him, and this just shows how vast that was. And Val just goes, Artie, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I've lost all of that time with you. But you have to believe me, it wasn't by choice.
No, I'm pretty much
it
the
was-
best friend you ever had. I don't get how you lost me either. Yeah, you're a big idiot. Why would you forget me, of all people?
You said it yourself, I'm a big idiot. Yep, that's why.
Quit being so serious and give me a hug.
Val like looks around, make sure there's no one else around, stands back up, and like summons his echo like in between him, like the two of them and everyone else that would like potentially be like at the temple, and just like the Echo just like stands there like looking all serious and proud, and even though it's somewhat ethereal and very kind of see-through, he quickly gives Artie a hug.
All right.
I can't believe there has been so much that I've lost.
I can't believe after all that picking and prodding about who we are and oh, you love dragons so much that you would go up and forget us. But Jesus, here we are.
Been attacked and hunted by so many of the chromatics.
That was our own doing. I mean, we've been attacked and
Yes.
hunted by.
Yes. I still. Oh, this is a lot.
All right, give your little brain a rest.
And then internally, Val just has two other voices just be like, bro, what the fuck was that? Who was that?
The space inside your head gets much smaller for the two.
Yeah. They're like, we didn't know we had a movie night. Oh, God. Well.
Inside the temple, what is everybody doing?
What are the chances we walked out while he was talking?
Go ahead and roll a d20.
One over 20. Oh, right in the middle.
Yeah. You walk out and you're like, oh, his echo's out.
Do we have anything to discuss inside the temple? Anybody? I don't think so.
I don't think anyone else had any questions.
Yeah.
Before I leave, before Astrid leaves, I think she's gonna go up kind of to where the symbol of Tyr is, and kind of like the little, more or less, altar is, and kind of make sure that the candles are well stocked, and light a couple pieces of incense and stuff. Just offer up a quick prayer before she exits.
He will do something. Well, he will give thanks to the dragons. Obviously. Make sure there's something else that they need him from, and also he is not a priest for Tyr, but he will give thanks once again. Since Tyr is the deity of law and justice.
He's cool in your books.
Oh yeah, one, yes, it's kind of like my god followed him for some weird reason. Who would have thought? Heard that. He'll leave one of the golden coins. But rather than have the blindfold on the lady in the front, he will make a quick mark so that her eyes are open. This justice should not be blind, and that is the token of respect he leaves in the ritual, or on the altar.
Anybody else? As you guys start to transition out of the Temple of Tyr and the Metallic Dragons?
Nope, not for me.
Okay. We guys start headed back into Waters Deep, into the chaos.
Well,
If
I'm
anybody
pretty
has
sure Val's
anything-
okay. I think step one is, Val, are you okay?
Val is just like in a daze and just like, yeah, a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of rage.
My
Also-
God, you're dramatic. Come on. What are you raging about? I'm here. You're good. You're alive. You look like shit, but you're alive. Hold on. Let me get. Give me a second. And all of a sudden, the hooded cloak just kind of like hovers in place and then just falls to the ground. And out comes this like critter. He climbs over back. He's got this tail, 4 little paws, and he sits and he talks in your ear. What are we gonna do next?
What?
What's
No,
he look like?
Apparently,
Came on
we're
his
playing
way.
the stereotype, but yeah. I don't know. We need to go report back to the Harpers to figure out what. Artie, I am
pass.
sensing that you want to go cause mischief, and
Not
I
necessarily,
appreciate that. But
Cloak
we're
and
also-
dagger ain't my thing.
Look at dagger in your face.
And
Well,
Are we in earshot of all of
I'm
this?
assuming it probably never was.
you will fit right in.
Probably.
I think it's happening right in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is not subtle. This is a copper dragons are not subtle about this. I believe I should go do research. I know that others want to go shopping.
Oh, do you want to go meet one of our other newer friends? He owns a very fabulous shop.
I do. And he screws up underneath your hood, and he starts grabbing on your top knot.
I've seen this
He
movie.
tries to
Ratatouille.
start maneuvering you towards.
Nope. No, that's not how this works. No, ow.
He scurries back on your shoulder. Yeah, it was worth a shot.
I think it's the first time I've seen him smile.
I'll pulls the mask back up over his the lower half of his face.
I think I
All
was
them emotionals where we come from.
Listen, you have just caught me off guard. This is a lot. Can we just go?
all right. Well, we have no what do you call it? Ride. We have no airship.
I guess we'll have to find another way.
There are portals. The question is, what do we do next? Again, I will go do the research that is asked of me. That is fine. You want to go shopping. What else do we need to get done today, tomorrow, and the day after? He will look at the paladin. You still want to smite, yes?
Absolutely.
He look at the bard. What do you wish to do?
You stepped away.
Nope.
Don't look at the bard.
Oh no, he disappeared! Ninja bard. Fine, he'll look at the wizard. Shopping? What do you...
Yeah, I briefly want to stop in and restock on all of our supplies and get potions for everybody and pick up a few things. So anyone who wants to be a part of that can come. Other than our group tasks, if I have free time, I would like to. I don't know if they are in the city. I assume they would, but find the local. What's the word I'm looking for? Outpost, local group, local. The local Arcane Brotherhood, whatever out here. See if I can do some talking to those members about some things, and if I can't, if they're not commonly known, but I assume Ramilla would know if they are or where they are in the city. My best guess is to go ask the.
Does he always talk this slow?
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Oh, Lord. What is happening? I've lived a million lifetimes, but that added a lot of years to my life.
Why do you think I look so old?
Get it now. I get it. Who's this one?
That's my brother.
Your brother.
You know, I'm sure you know plenty about him.
I don't know. You talked a lot about him. He looks
Better than
cooler
him.
than you. No, well, cooler. Look at that cape. Smells like home. I like it.
Feels like home.
What are we doing? We're going shopping?
I don't even have a follow-up premise to
Yeah, we need to go restock on supplies.
what's your friend's
Our
name?
run-ins with the cultists tend to get a little messy.
Hold on, Val. What's your friend's name? Did you formally introduce us? I don't think you formally introduced us.
Right. Sorry,
You
brain gets a little distracted.
Just got a tickle fit.
This is
and then
Artie.
Artie.
Yeah,
Up.
he seems to
I'm his
have
best
been
friend.
a partner in
I'm
crime
your
with
brother's
my
best
yes.
friend.
Yep.
I don't know why he's reluctant to tell you.
Have you met him?
All right. Yeah, I know why he's reluctant.
Yeah.
But
This is gonna take some getting. Shopping. I'm excited to see Zaragos, but that's about it. Let's go get this over with.
I would like a top hat.
That would be so inconspicuous.
For which
it just
form of you do you want
fits
the
so
top hat?
it just yep, that fits so well.
Does he sell magical goods?
And he sells a lot of magical goods.
All right. I think a top hat that conforms to whatever shape I take.
You, sir? Genius.
I agree. I'm gonna like you, brother of Val, whose name I forget. Liam.
Liam's good. I wish my name was Liam.
Liam it is. Let's go.
I have no idea what's happening.
I love it.
So
That's so
Artie's name now is Lion.
Liam.
No, Liam's
Ugly calling
Liam's
him
name.
Liam.
Oh,
Liam's name is Liam.
That was him asking who Liam was. Taryn just comes in. Oh, so Artie's now Liam. Or wait, Liam. Yeah, no. We should make Artie Liam. So then we have Liam, Liam, Val, Valen, and Vamel.
And me.
Well, now we have Artie and Astrid.
Artie and Astrid
Already
now.
Astrid. Now we just need another. You
Because
guys make
you
your
did that
way.
to yourself.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
all you, bud.
Amazing. You guys make your way through the very crowded city into the shopping district. Those of you who wanted to go directly to the castle can, as we pass by it on our way south to the shopping district, which is past the castle ward.
Okay.
In the trades ward here, I believe. So if anybody wanted to break off and go, what happens next is you guys go down some of those familiar back alleys, and then until you see this extravagant opening, this magnificent doorway of this now like this sprawling shop. It seems as though Zaragos, who started to expand Zaragos' magical wares, and now has taken over the two buildings next to him.
While
You
we're-
guys
while we're
enter the
walking,
shop.
Can I talk to Artie?
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, so Artie,
Yeah.
so
Liam.
you've known my brother for a while. What did you guys do?
Let's see. So you're his brother, so you probably want to know the good stuff. Went to the Feywild, and he made out with a hag. Let's see. We joined the wild hunt with Princess Dandelion, and oh man, he fell off his horse. Oh, that was a good one. Let's see. We fought the cubes a couple times.
Only acid
let's
cubes
see.
for him, right? Like that's all he ever likes is just being smothered in acid.
He wasn't a fan when I remembered him.
Yeah.
But
So,
there was the time we went drinking with two barbarians. Now, it did not go as you
Pretty
expected.
sure I know why I didn't remember this one, but okay.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with your probably more recent memory loss.
Yeah.
They insisted we stay to the end. I thought I could drink them on the table. I have a pretty decent lineage. Turns out we didn't make it past a half hour, and we woke up pretty naked in the town square.
that's so good.
But yeah, no, I got some more stories.
But he was able to outdrink you? Aren't you a
No, never.
aren't you a dragon?
Yes. I thought that was obvious
It was.
when you met with the other
I
dragons.
know, but I just wouldn't expect it to be, you to be affected by alcohol.
Well, it's not fun drinking if you don't let yourself get affected. What's the point?
I don't know. I'm just whispering because I thought we should be like not just yelling it out loud on the front of the street, but like whatever.
I'm whispering because it's hilarious.
Cool.
Val just like continually like just has a look of like defeat on his face. He's just like, oh my god, they're so loud, and just sighs.
Curious, with you being a dragon, do you know how? If I were to like disguise myself with magic, would you be able to see it? See through it?
Yeah.
I swear
Because I'm
this
a
is the most he's
dragon.
ever talked to anyone about anything ever.
No, that's only because this is someone interesting.
I don't think you as a lion would be able to disguise anything from me.
Well, if you happen to see anyone that looks like a tiger, just let us know. And don't trust them.
He has a thing against Rakshasas.
Rakshasa.
Yeah. There might be a Rakshasa
very
hunting
afraid of
all
them.
of us, including Val and me, and he's a dick. So just, he's not fun to be around. So just
You're not fun to be around when you complain about it so much.
next time.
Then
I'll
you
let
feel this
stab
this
you.
hand grab your shoulder, and the fingers start to curl back. I'm just kidding. And then it disappears.
It smells a little bit more like my cape around here.
And just like offers the jerky to Artie. You just like here.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout.
Cool.
And he hops back onto your brother's shoulder. What a weirdo that one is.
We're all weird. That's why we're together.
I know, I love it. What's up with the old guy?
Which one?
Which one?
One that makes himself look way older, but he isn't really as old as everyone.
Yeah, I think he adds gray to his beard. Or his hair.
Right, I think he wants to be the oldest one here.
I mean,
He walks with a limp.
if he wants to be older than anyone else, like that, like he can take it. I don't need to be.
You don't think you could take being older? I don't think that's how
He
it works.
smells like menthol.
No, that's actually what he cooks with. That's normal. You get used to it.
He's the cook.
He's the cook.
Yeah, it's good.
If you want
Grandpa.
good meals, you have to butter him up.
Hey, Grandpa.
Valen acting pretend that he didn't hear.
How's your soup?
But so, oh, you're talking to me. What do you mean, my suit?
Even his hearing's bad. All right. Okay. Well, old man, I heard you're the cook. I'm looking forward to tasting your soup.
Sure. Do you have any preference that I can take note of?
I want it to be good.
Okay. Okay. Define good for you. What would be a? What would be your? I would say. What would be the
Sorry, this
taste?
is all on you, bud. Sorry.
I love you already. I just want to warm. You know what? We'll carry on. Where are we headed?
Okay.
I think it's coming up around here.
You guys were standing outside of the door because I had already described it.
I wanted the RPS getting there because I wanted to have the
I
conversation.
We're
know.
heading inside.
Yeah.
Val will walk into the much larger Zaragos' shop.
As you walk in, you hear that familiar ding as the door opens, and you walk into this enormous chamber. I don't know, vestibule. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know words. And you see all these kind of crude wooden mannequins that would normally hold like this elaborate armor. You see cases with glass, normally filled to the brim with magical items. You see that familiar cat feline figures walking about. But this shop is empty. Not just of patrons, but of goods.
Oh, this is either really good for business or really bad for business.
Hmm.
Do you think
May I help you? As one of the feline figures comes up to you.
Is Zaragos around?
May I ask who's calling?
Just tell him M&A is here. Some of his favorite patrons.
He rolls her eyes. Oh, all right. She walks back behind the desk, kind of pulls this little door open, and walks into the back room. And you hear her say, "Sir, M&M is here."
Lose yourself to the music,
The curtains kind of pull open, and you see a familiar figure. Certainly Zaragos. But he seems disheveled.
Oh.
You see these bags under his eyes. You see bruising on his face.
What the?
You're drawn to the cuts on his arms and bruising on his wrists. M&M, huh? Well, certainly. It is good to see you, M&A. What is it that I could do for you?
Zaragos,
You look like shit.
you look like shit.
You okay?
It is
What happened?
been difficult. I should say
Val
the least.
reaches out his hand and puts it on his shoulder and casts Cure Wound.
You start to see these these bruises dissipate. His hair kind of like go back into this coif. His finely manicured beard and wisp mustache kind of pop back in place as the color goes back into his skin. Chaos is certainly befallen. Waters deep, and I am not one who can avoid that. But it is good to see you all.
It's good to see you too.
No,
I thought you had.
it seems as though you're wearing, but trust me, This is nothing to worry about. It's good to see you. Astrid, you know better than anyone that this is the life of dealers and procurements of the many goods that we trade and sell.
I know. It's very uncharacteristic for someone as wily as you.
As beautiful as I am, it does not mean that I am not prone to a little rough housing.
The Goliath
So you-
just kind of taps the person next to him and goes, "Who is this?"
This is our
The shop owner.
This is our favorite store in the Citadel. I mean, in Waterdeep.
Pretend I have not been here many times.
He is a
We can get healing
merchant
potions,
who
yeah.
runs a very well-established magic item shop who
Let me take it
also
from
introduced us to our friend
Yes.
Astrid here.
Give me a second. He claps his hands, and then out comes all these feline figures. And they start parading out these kind of like satin pillows with this gold trim. Most of them empty. As they kind of like parade around, and he's kind of dancing to a tune in his head. There's no words to this song, but you expect that maybe there would have been at some other time. My big friend, this is not nearly as impressive as it would have been. My wares have become very scarce, but imagine that we had brought all manner of magical items for you to be impressed and ooh and ah.
He'll look at you and say, "Ooh, ah."
Yeah, yes, attaboy.
Is this dishevelment due to?
Dishevelment. Oof. What happened? We used to be friends.
We're still friends. I'm just making sure. Is everything here due to so much success that you're selling off the shelves, or did something happen?
Yes, success.
Can I do an insight check?
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna
Success.
give you advantage.
Well, success is. Well, here's the thing. We're a country at war.
I have a minus.
We're a country
18.
at war, and my goods they're needed. Astrid,
Yeah.
with your 18 with insight, what do you want to do?
Well, I just wanted to see if he's telling the truth or if somebody like roughed him up and like stole his shit.
You get the sense that somebody certainly roughed him up. But as he's saying, like his wares are needed in order to fund this war that is happening. That seems 100% truthful.
Okay.
Did my brother just healed you and you're looking better already? But I mean, you had bruises on you. Did someone do this to you?
No.
You did this to yourself?
No.
I'm confused.
Argus, who was it?
No.
You know there's no one better than us to find him.
He asked if someone had done this to me. Well, it wasn't someone, it was many. So,
Who are the
Who
responsible
plural?
party?
it is dealers in the trade.
You have a couple of
You
days.
do not need to worry. May I help you all?
Yeah, I mean, if you
I mean,
have any
at this
inventory,
point,
yeah. We wanted to bring our business to you first before we had to head out of town again, but
I am the only business left.
I hope no one keeps attacking you while you're still in business. But we wanted to just restock on healing potions that we needed across the members, and
How many healing potions do you need? As barren as my shop looks, I am still Zarogos.
we're thinking probably 5 regular healing potions and 2 to 3 greater if you have them.
I need you to roll a d6. Who wants to roll a d3?
Did you
All right,
like,
so
get
you
a
got
hernia rolling that?
you got 4 out of your
5 regular.
out of the 5. Yep.
I'll take it. That's pretty
And then
good.
what do we need for the greater healing? We need 3.
I was looking for 3 because we needed to replace at least 2.
Okay, so I need someone to roll a d4.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Sorry. There you go.
And just to confirm, he said that there was the stock in his shop had been partially taken for the war efforts and stuff like that,
He didn't say it was taken.
or cured
Yes.
for the
Much
war
better
efforts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was my initial thought when I walked in and saw everything was barren. I was like, yes, all of the airships left, and now his shop is completely empty. So that was my initial thought outside of game,
Cool.
but I'm using the information in game.
I love it. All right. So yes, you can get. He has 4 greater healing. He has 4 regular healing.
We'll take all of them if you will be able to part with them.
It's my duty to sell.
And
Take 'em.
Zargos, there are no other, let's call them competitors, that might have done this to you, that might have some stock of their own that might be procured for some of their competitors and might find their way into the hands of some friends of ours.
A very hairy figure on your shoulder says, "My God, what the fuck did that mean?"
I'm not the only one that talks slowly. You can tell we're brothers.
Do you need us to go rough up some competitors who might have taken some of your stuff and get some things back for your shop while we are in town?
At the mention of roughing up somebody, Artie just like hops onto the counter and he just starts. We'll get him. We'll get him. Bizarro goes. We'll get him.
By the way, that is Artie.
What
do we
form
get?
is he in right now? I know you said he's small with 4 legs, but I didn't catch
He also has a tail.
in a tail. So is he just like a wormling, or is he something else? Did I fuck you up?
Yeah, I didn't really figure. I was thinking more like monkey-like, some kind of lemur.
Totally fine. Like I was trying to make sure I was picturing the right dance thing. So
Yeah, so he's got a mister.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Mushu personally. That's what's been running through my
that's
head.
what I was thinking. It was like a Mushu situation, but like
Yeah.
The powerful, the pleasurable.
I don't do the tongue thing.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your family.
Your whole family.
He isn't quite sure he needs to take the dragon form yet. Like he feels like but
Monkey's good. Monkey's good.
Mushu could be, yeah.
But we love Mushu.
I don't know. It's the year of the tiger. We could go for the tiger.
Zara goes, no, this seems. I've made my bed. I will lay in it.
Just make sure that that's not a coffin.
100%. I don't need any more chaos in my life. What I will do is, I have this. I have limited supplies. Is there anything else I can help you with? Because I need to nap here soon.
I don't want to speak for the whole group in terms of what everyone else wants or might not need, but I know, at least for myself and possibly my brother. And if you don't have it, it's fine. But we're just curious. We have this dragon armor that you've given us, and we were wondering if we could trade it in for an equivalent set of non-dragon studded leather armor of equal.
My friend.
I just wanted to ask.
It is. I understand.
If you
Normally.
had it, then great. If you get some in stock, let it out. If you can hold it, great. Let us know. But that's all
Indeed.
I got, guys. So
Argos,
anyone else?
Yes. Sir, my friend.
you need me to make a run?
I need you to keep some of those connections open.
I'll keep my ear to the ground.
Exactly. What I want you to know is that you guys have acquired great enemies.
Whoa.
They've even reached my ear. Stay safe, please.
Are you gonna be safe?
Safe as I deserve to be.
Before we go, it's something simple. If there's something you would like to have locked and stay locked, to keep it secure or keep you safe, I can magically lock it for you. I'm just trying to think of anything I can leave for you as a to magically protect you while we're gone. Is there anything like that like a location or a bot? Do you need that?
No.
You'll be able to open it. Like you just need to speak the password and it'll open for
quite
you.
capable of locking and unlocking things. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about old Zargas.
It's no problem, and it'll work in addition to your regular locks.
I'm fine. Please. Thank you for buying these potions. Is there anything else? No, not that I'm trying to rush you. No. Sorry, my friends, but
You need to rest, and you do not have much else. We understand.
Can I just do a perception check around the room? Just make sure we're not being watched by anyone. Just make sure we're here and alone. Is that okay?
yeah. You take stock of this room and you look for any instances in which there are maybe hidden fiends, invisible individuals, some
Something
sort
that's
of
putting him off. Just to do a double check.
and you don't get it that sense at all.
Hey, Zargos, I feel like this is not explicitly the the best timing. But I wanted to know. I was wondering, do you potentially have a set of sending stones that we might be able to purchase off of you? I know your wares are slim.
Let me look in the back. I believe you may have one final pair. 1 second. He disappears behind the cloak. The feline figures kind of peruse around the shop and dusting these empty shelves and these empty wooden figures. And Zorgos kind of returns with, the cigar flail to the thing behind him, to the curtain. And in his hand is a set of sending stones. Believe it or not, I owe you this. And he flicks it to you. Are you muted?
I was.
Okay.
You were talking, so I muted myself so I don't say it, talk over people. I was like, Val will catch it and just say, well, then I believe that I owe you coin for this so that you can work on procuring more inventory.
You just said you get it for free. What the fuck are you doing?
Have you seen the state of this place? It's called helping a friend out. He needs money and capital to restock shit. There's a thing called an economy that you have to worry about.
God, you're so fucking old. What happened to you?
Talks about the economy.
At first, I thought it was just Viva yelling at him, but now I realize it was Artie.
I believe.
I think I'm going to keep Artie around so I can.
Feeling somehow.
Yeah, no, Artie was not meant to say, but I feel like I can finally get out. I found my way in.
The snark is real.
Yeah.
Thank you for the stones. We appreciate the gesture.
Even the big guy gets it.
Of course he gets it. He's a Goliath. He knows a lot about rocks.
Looks like he chews
Grab.
rocks.
Lift?
Never mind. I'm out of here. You can see him scurry down your back. You're fucked, man. You're fucked. You're fucked.
You're a fucking friend. Why do you always do this to me? The moment it goes sideways, you just scurry away.
Tiny elf legs flailing.
Oh man, that's funny.
Zargos again. You continue to be one of our greatest allies and best patrons as I hang here from this Goliath's hand.
Wait, where are these patrons, right?
Yes, we're his patrons.
No, it goes both ways. He's given us stuff before in the past, and we have to remember we opened up a line of credit with him, and there's a lot of stuff that's happened here, guys. So it's not just a one-way thing. But don't worry, the next town and shop that we come across, we will continue to spread you good word and plant those devices for you.
Curious, where are you headed next?
I don't even know if we know that yet. Probably not somewhere fun. It's never anywhere fun.
Well, so we meet again. And then he launches this smoke down into the ground, and you just see this figure kind of like creep up behind it as he disappears behind.
All right, I think that's like you guys just. Bumble, can you just put me down?
Are you done?
No, I'm never done. I'm just asking if you'd put me down before I get myself down.
Oh.
Thank you. And then Val will head outside.
Artie scurries back up to your shoulder and says, I would have fucked him up.
The potion.
I know you would have, but you didn't.
To everybody. So two regular potions to each Valmul and Valen, and I think 2 greater healing potions to both of them as well.
Works for me.
What was he, like the mom of the group? What's going on here?
Clearly, he's a wizard.
Just trying to figure out this family dynamic.
Oh, sorry, that was Artie. I thought that was Viva.
No.
Yes.
It's never gonna be
There is
Viva
no more
again.
There is no more Viva. It is only Artie. This is my greatest creation.
Him? He is. I don't know. He's the big one right now.
Before I walk out, can I make a perception check to see if Sargus? I'm assuming like he probably just like went around the corner and is still standing kind of in the back, like near the curtain.
No one paid attention to the shopkeep behind the curtain.
Can I just see if that's maybe true?
He is paused.
Yeah, 100%. Like kind of his pomp and flair from that you've known of him is just this kind of pathetic charade now. As
underneath the curtain.
yeah, like he threw that smoke down, but you guys see him like lurk out and hide behind those curtains, and now you just see these like kind of red with gold frill blue, satin shoes underneath the curtain as he listens to you guys
Man,
make
I
your
don't know
exit.
where he went. Let's go.
Astrid will take a pouch of money that she has, and literally like toss it at where she estimates he's standing behind the curtain. Not like hard, but enough to where it would hit him through the curtain.
Definitely a follower of Tyr.
And it's gonna have 300 gold in it.
You hear the jangle and it hits the curtain, and as you turn and you walk out the door, you hear this voice, "Don't you fucking dare." And then this pouch go whizzing past your head and hits the door as you open it, and it falls to the ground behind you, next to you. "Don't you fucking dare to take pity on me."
You know that wasn't what I was doing.
I know that what you're doing. You don't owe me anything.
I owe you everything.
Stop. I cannot take this.
He heals 18, as a side note.
You
He'll
know what
walk
I owe
out.
you.
But cast healing word on him to make sure he's okay.
No, everybody had left but Astrid. Astrid is kind of making a point to be the last one out to do this.
Then I'll do that beforehand. That's fine. Not a big deal.
You know where to find me. And I will kill anyone who tries to hurt you.
Make sure you kill anyone who tries to hurt your friends.
I will. But you are in that category.
Them first. He turns around through the curtains. You no longer see his feet hiding underneath it. He's gone.
I'll walk out. Where to next?
Well, Vaughn said he wanted to go do some research.
Yeah, hard pass, man.
To the library.
Yeah, I don't really want to go do research either.
It's fine. I can go by myself.
Well, we did have
Yeah,
one idea
I
stuff
have
that we have to go
something.
figure out.
I need to go do.
We were supposed to be trying to get the armor from what's his name?
Ron Anvil.
Ron Anvil. By trying to get him to gamble it away. That plan, the the initial fight got canceled. We haven't really heard what the makeup plan would be for that. If you have any ideas, or if you want to come figure that out with everybody.
I mean, have we thought about just asking him at this point? It sounds like the king is attempting to make amends with the metallic dragons at this point, and it's very public now.
Mm-hmm.
What's the thought about just checking with him now and seeing if he'll just, if there's anything we can do to help him so that he can
Yeah, he might
provide
just,
that.
might just follow.
We can
his
still try to
lead.
gamble it, but
Yeah.
he might just follow his, yeah. But also, so that's what we have there. Is there anything else we needed to do, or anything else anyone else wanted to actually do?
Depending on the time and where we're at, I wanted to go find the Brotherhood of or Arcane Brotherhood, but that doesn't have to be today.
That also sounds boring. Who else has got stuff going on? Asher, are you going to go fight something?
And RD,
What time is it?
throw your voice now.
It's
14 minutes left. Yeah, about 14 minutes left.
Oh, right, of course.
No, but
On to the final day. You have 14 minutes.
Dun dun.
Oh, what time of day is it right now? She wants to go find.
oh yeah, this is like midday now.
Oh.
What do you say to going to a tavern and drinking for a couple of hours, then you find somebody to fight, and me and Artie catch up on old times and sit there and watch you beat the shit out of somebody for a while and bet on it.
I like it.
Cool. Artie?
I'm already drunk. No, I'm not. But I'm preparing myself. Let's go.
I still have to drink you under the table, apparently.
And then he climbs up and he starts pulling on your hair again, thinking that that's gonna work. God damn it! One of these times is gonna work. Let's go. Okay, so the big nerd is gonna go read. The little nerd is gonna go read somewhere.
Yep.
And then your brother?
I was the little nerd.
No, the old man is the nerd who's gonna go. Are you gonna go read too? Jesus Christ, what happened to you? You used to be so cool.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm not going to go read some bullshit?
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is fucking crazy.
My plan is to go drink and then watch my friend fight some people.
What's this little badge that you got?
You are all kinds of curious.
Well, she's got it too. That's why I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
We work with the Harpers. I'm sure you know of them.
Tell me more.
Unsurprisingly, she's the more senior Harper, and I'm working on helping out with
Gotta learn how to play knots.
espionage. That too.
Gotta get your espionage badge. Okay.
I get my espionage.
But what is it the Harpers do?
They're a network of spies and information gatherers and
Yeah. And
general
you guys were
do-gooders
identifying
of-
as your secret spy group. You guys were identifying badges, huh?
Mine is on the inside of my coat.
Yeah, but I found it.
You are a small critter currently crawling around all over the place and
I'm
trying to
just
play with my
saying,
hair.
secret espionage groups that have flair. Not so secret. Where can I meet some more of these people?
Would you like to go meet one of the heads?
Does she
We need
drink?
Asher, that is a question that you might know.
Not the way I do.
Not many people drink the way you do.
All right, let's go. This is boring. Standing around. We're gonna either go meet your secret group who wears identifying badges, or we're gonna go read some books, or find the librarians, the red hooded librarians. Is that what this guy said?
Basically.
Old man Winter's gonna go make us some soup, correct?
Yeah, Valen, what are you gonna go do?
They are things that I think I need to deal in the city. So I will just go by myself.
That
But
is so ominous.
I will.
Like this guy.
I
I
will.
whisper, he's gonna go take a nap.
I will meet up with you guys later.
We like designate a tavern or something that we all meet up at.
Want to ditch you guys and follow Grandpa?
Go to follow Grandpa then. That's you're free to do what you want.
Now I feel like you're gonna go have fun without me, so I want to stick with you.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, nice try. Can't get rid of me that easily.
Damn it.
All right.
Yeah, they're gonna go do their own
M&A
thing.
starts to finally like kind of wander off to the different stretches of Waters Deep.
As they're parting ways, Val turns and calls out, "Hey, Liam, catch!" and tosses one of the sending stones to him.
His name was Liam.
You're a very old dragon, despite your appearance. You're just bad of hearing. Let's go get drunk.
But Liam, bye.
Bye, Artie.
I miss you already.
I'm still cool.
Sure.
And Bob.
All right. You guys start to kind of like the party starts to kind of dissipate into the many different winding roads of Waters Deep. You guys disappear into the crowd and head into to whatever task that is that you guys want to do next, and that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Yay!
Woo!
A really fun session.
Mm-hmm. Vivo, you made M cry.
How did you know I was crying?
Because he's married to you.
I'm married to you, and I can hear you.
I got this. I cried a little.
Where? When?
When you were talking,
Talking about all the memories and all.
It was
Those
good.
memories coming back.
Yeah,
It's super good.
you hit her right in the feels with all of that came out of literally thin air.
What do you mean? We talked about it the other day.
Yeah, we did. Kind of.
Just to be clear, Val's memory is restored only the part that he had with Artie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's still part of his memory in the past that he still not have the access.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, clear.
100%.
Me and Viva have to figure out a timeline of things.
Yeah, we do.
It goes, wait, don't go too.
Don't start thinking about it too much.
Like, especially because
if I commit to anyone,
set some of your timeline, and then you've done like more stuff in the time that I did.
100% though, but like the time
part of it.
Yeah, the part of 100% part of what his background is that he spent time plane hopping, which meant his time and space, his time
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah, timey wimey. Bear me Jeremy, which is a reference you guys should all get.
I get timey wimey.
Oh man, I'm still trying to backfill my notes from this.
Yeah.
God.
Bear me Jeremy, you guys got to start watching A Good Place. Fucking amazing.
Kate loves that show.
Oh, is that? I think we finished the first season.
First season, second season, third season.
All I can say is I watched the first episode.
Fourth season is amazing.
And it was amazing.
Fuck it, right? So I was really worried about Murdersville because you watch a show with somebody you're around somebody who's laughing, makes you laugh. My wife was cracking up, so I was cracking up. And I was like, maybe it's not that good, but I was like, I'm pretty sure this shit is fucking amazing.
I was worried that, like, if you were to tell me the premise, not tell me the people on it, I'll be like, so I have an issue with. All right, everyone's gonna hate me for this. I love SNL.
Let's cut stream before they get pulled into all of this.
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye, Foggy.